Yeah, let's go. Hey folks, today is Monday, June 24th at 8:20 p.m. My name is James, and let's take a look and see what happened today. So the S&P basically did kind of what I'm hoping it does for the next little while, and that's just go sideways to down. I don't want to see a big sell-off, but just some more continued side action, and that's kind of what we got today. The Russell was really the only index that kind of came down pretty hard. Dow and NASDAQ all kind of going sideways, so that's good. Take a look through the list real quick. Sam tried to come out, couldn't quite break out, still back in the pattern, still looks okay. Trade Desk sold down a little bit more. I put that lower line on there right here just because that's about as far down as it came, and it matches up with the other lower bar there, so we'll see what that does. PEGA still within the symmetrical triangle. AVLR still within the channel. Tandem still in the triangle. Somebody asked me today on StockTwits, my line was a little higher. Asked me if I would lower down the line. Yes, I would, because that makes sense. That's about where it stopped. Hopefully it doesn't sell all the way through the line now, because I can't really put it much lower. You know, you can't really put that much lower than it is now. So hopefully it holds and then she breaks out. Carvana sold down pretty hard, but it's at the lower line, so we'll just wait and see what that does. Cyber, again, I removed any lower lines just to allow it to fluctuate underneath the resistance point. So as long as it stays under there, we'll just keep an eye on it. SAIC still in the triangle. NetES still consolidating right up close to that upper line. ANET in the descending channel. Shopify sold down 15 today. I think that's super good for Shopify, although it does give back, you know, pretty much all that move. But it really needs to consolidate at this point. Its earnings are later in July, so it's got lots of time to pull back, form a new pattern, and possibly break out again. ZM, this thing is done. Just totally sold off today. ASML, just holding above the line. Again, no real momentum, but that's kind of expected with the market the way it's moving. Give that some time and see what it does. Netflix looked a lot better earlier, but still closed with a gain. That bar probably indicates some downside to sideways action is coming, so keep an eye on that. GWPH still within the triangle. Let's see how that's forming. RPD sold down today, but it's still above the line. So it's really close to potentially where you might have gotten in. I'd have about $1 to $1.50 stop on that, and I'd still be below my entry. So just wait and see what that does. If it breaks that line, I'd just get out. I wouldn't wait for it to actually come down to the stop in this case. Just get out of there if it crosses the lower line. Funko, this is similar, where it broke out and has come and turned back around. My stop would be down here, and I would just hold it. Basically, you're at break even. For this one, if it does come back and touch the line, just get out of there. Etsy, this thing is done. I'm not going to watch this anymore. It looks too weak. There's no momentum to the upside. No, it's not worth watching anymore. INCY looks really good. Pulled back today. It wasn't too bad. Still looks good. Should consolidate next. Columbia, I don't think I'm going to watch this guy anymore because it now undercut that line. It may bounce. I mean, we have that ascending line that it also bounce off that as a support level, but there's just no momentum to the upside on that stock. Kind of the same thing with this guy, but it did close above the line. I mean, I would be sitting there waiting for something to drive it higher, at least one big green day to take it up. But I get that soon. I would just recommend getting out of it. MDB, again, we're just waiting for this guy to consolidate. That's not a buyable triangle or anything. I wouldn't buy it out of there, but give it more time. Roku, I mentioned yesterday, if the stock price busted through this lower line, get out. So I would have gotten out of there. Yandex is similar to Roku, where it's just kind of got this churning upside. You might want to just sell it. The market is kind of going into a sideways thing here, and I wouldn't wait around to get stopped out. Same thing with Z-scaler. Just getting weak now. I would get out of there. If you have any measure of gain on it, I would just sell it at this point. PRFT, I didn't have any earnings or anything, I don't think there. It had a pretty big pop yesterday, which the bar then indicated or hinted at more downside coming. We got the downside today. It's only about $1 downside. I would probably actually still keep my stop down there if you got in right at the line. Give it some time, see if the 21-day moving average can hold it. If not, it might not actually come down to the lower line because it still looks pretty good. I would just wait. Lulu pulling back a little bit, but a pause there today. I would probably wait on there. My stop would be down here still, and I would just keep waiting and see what it does. Now, this guy, I would recommend selling it immediately because you would have had a very nice gain from here up to where you're at now, and I just wouldn't wait around for it to turn around. I think going into cash is a really good thing to do right now. I just think we're going to go into a period that's really uncertain. I'd rather see things pull back more so we can build new bases to break out of. Chegg, I would get out of there. Coupa, this one still looks pretty good. If you're in from there, if you're in from there, the bar today bounced off the 21-day. It still kind of looks like it's going to hold up pretty well, so I wouldn't sell that one yet. OLED as well, I would stay in there if you did get in off this bull flag. It's consolidating pretty nice and tight in that area. I would just stay right in there and see what it does. My stop would be down here. You should have been in at that point, and I would keep my stop there. This one I just added, even though I'm recommending staying in cash, there are some areas of the market that might move. This is one, healthcare. It might actually go. Look at all of the gain this thing had before, and then it's gone down into this descending area, but now we might have a bottom on this ascending triangle. So be ready to possibly buy into that guy. 58.24 is where that upper line's at, so that might be a bottom on that move for that one. Match, I was actually going to take out of this list, and it bounced up today, so that looks pretty good. AZPN, there is a little pennant forming there. That looks pretty good. And then SAIC in it. This is a little ascending triangle off of a nice jump up move there. So that looks pretty good. So yeah. So that's it. I'll see you on the next one.